Hello everyone, welcome to Helmer's Movie Mania Podcast. I'm your host Alex, I'll bring you more cinema-related content. Today we have a very special show for you guys today. It's going to be another segment of Cinema Wars, the show where manners and civility are thrown out the window. The show that is not a conversation about film, nor is it a debate about film. It is a fight about film. Now before we get to the video, remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified of all our latest cinema-related content. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of in a different location today. You're not going to be able to see my personal library like you have been seeing for the past 10 shows or whatever it's been. But yes, I've moved into my dorm at Syracuse, so you will see some movie posters. Some I've talked extensively about on the show, some I have not. Now with me, I have three other competitors outside of myself. The first competitor, he is a film critic and video host at Northern Iowa University, as well as a member of the Iowa Film Critics Association. It's Hunter Friesen. Hunter, how are you doing today?
Oh, very good. I'm under about a foot of snow right now in Iowa, so it's quite the weather fiasco going on, but I'm happy to be back.
You're not alone. It's 16 degrees here in Syracuse, and our next competitor, he is the owner of an Instagram account called Den of Geeks with over 18,000 followers. It is Den. Den, how are you doing today?
What's up? I'm pretty good. Dude, it's crazy over here. We got like 1 inch of snow.
1 inch? Oh, that's
yeah, we got 1 inch. We got
Great.
So much snow. It's not much, but yeah. Hi. Good to be here.
And our fourth competitor, he is the owner of another movie-related Instagram account with over 20,000 followers. It is Unyolo. Unyolo, how are you doing today?
Hi there. So I'm in Portugal, so I have the sun. So
No
I'm
snow.
a little bit better than you guys. No snow.
Wow. You just really killed the vibe there on YOLO.
Yeah.
Now, so the topic today, this is probably the most scared I've ever been for a CINEMAWARS episode, and that's saying something because I don't like to mention that I'm scared very often. So we're going to go over basically our least favorite films out of all of our personal favorite film lists. So before we get to the video, remember, if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified on all our latest cinema-related content, and follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. So let's go over to somebody's list. Ooh, how can I do this in a random way? Let's go. Oh, me. Okay, that's great. Okay.
All right, let's see what I got for this one.
Okay. Hunter, I will go to you first.
Okay.
Hunter, let me just say this. I think you're a good guy. I do. I really do. I think you know a considerable amount about films, so I trust you with this.
Okay,
So
good.
don't break my heart.
At least you were nice to me, preface it. But I got my ammo here. I'm gonna shoot straight here. All right. This is the one on our first show we talked about most overrated movies ever. I was gonna talk about this one, but we didn't get to it. And I noticed it was on your list as well, so I have all these notes for it. It is the Best Picture-winning movie of 1999, American Beauty.
That's a great film.
That is not a great film. That is not. That is like this.
Explanation, please.
Yeah, I mentioned I hate Fight Club in our first episode, and I hate American Beauty the same reason I hate Fight Club. It is so smug about what it's saying about American life, masculinity, American life, all of the suburbs and all that. It's just so Oscar bait. It's so smug. It's like how important we are.
You're talking about Oscar bait? Okay, just wait till we get to your list.
I know,
just
I know.
wait. You're talking about Oscar bait? Come on, man. Okay, just wait. Okay.
I eat up Oscar bait a lot, but this is the type it really just.
How is this Oscar bait? Anyways, it's not the type of movie that usually wins. It's like, I don't know, if a Richard Linklater film won Best Picture, I wouldn't say it's Oscar bait necessarily.
No, this is like going after suburbs, like American life. It's a social message movie. Sam Mendes is a great director. I'll give him that one. But for this movie, he won the Oscar for. I think this is the classic debut director. Really just overswings it and gives it everything he's got, and it's just too much.
Well, if we talk about Oscar bait, I would say Green Book is even worse.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, because it's just like that movie that's made for the time, and we're trying to get everyone like saying if it's not a good movie, people are gonna call you racist. If it's like, so it's that kind of movie that's very safe. It's a kind of movie that's made by someone that does Dumb and Dumber and stuff like that it lacks some sensibility in some points to talk about the subjects they were talking. And yeah, you have two good actors that like give really awesome performances, but the movie is really flat. There's not really nothing there. And then if we look at everything that went around the movie, it's not even true. It's all bullshit. So
You broke my heart, Unyolo. You really did.
Sorry.
And the worst part is, I can't really disagree with a lot of what you said. I will say I love the film, just mostly because of the screenplay and the performances. But I do understand where you're coming from there.
Oh boy.
And Dan, what do you think?
Oh boy. I also wrote down Green Book.
Fuck me! Are you kidding me?
No, that's what I
that
wrote
means
down.
we won.
I don't dislike Green Book. I don't hate it, but out of everything on your list, this is the one I like the least, and it's for the same reason. It feels like a movie that was made specifically for the Academy. It's a movie that because like you said, it plays it very safe. It doesn't take many risks. It feels like it's meant to pander to as many people as possible. And I do agree, the performances are incredibly good. They both give very, 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 very good performances. I have no complaints with Mahershala Ali winning that Oscar. Best Picture, no. And overall, I think it's just like a fine movie, in my opinion, at least.
I actually thought it was the best movie of the year in
What?
2018.
What?
At the time, I did, but I've completely backtracked on that.
Like, I love the Favorite. I love A Star Is Born. I think Infinity War was up there in my top. But I rewatched Green Book and I was like, wow, this film is just so rewatchable.
I don't know. Black Klansman was really good.
Oh, I love Black Klansman as well. Yeah.
I went and saw Green Book at a packed theater. I think I was the only person under like 60 there. That's how I knew it was winning Best Picture, because these people were eating this up. They were loving it. I was like, oh god, it's a good movie.
That's my crowd. That's my crowd. Those are my people.
Problem.
What are you talking about, Hunter?
That's the problem.
Those are my people.
This is only a good movie. There's Roma, Favorite, Stars Born. Everything is better than
Roma. I don't even get me started on Roma.
Roma's a good movie.
Let's go to Unyolo.
My list had over 250 movies. I don't even know what was there.
I tried to pick one within your top 100, just to be fair.
I don't even know what was there.
So,
I was happy. I was like, I got a lot to select here. 200.
Yeah.
Hunter, let's start with you. What film?
There are some movies there that are not good that I know, but let's see if you pick those.
Well, you might agree with what I'm about to say here. I know you just talked about Green Book and the kind of it lies. It's a feel good movie just to win Oscars to get good. But then I see it. I mean, okay, it's near the bottom of your list, so it's not maybe in the top 100. The Blind Side. The Blind Side.
That's not.
It's not a terrible movie. Nominated for Best Picture. Sandra Bullock winning for that. No, that is Carey Mulligan's Oscar to win. The Blind Side is a manipulative. That is for white people, made by white people. It is so like, we were good people. We treated this guy right, even though the story is all wrong in this movie. It's all wrong. The guy did it himself mostly, but then it's like, nope, Sandra Bullock saved him, and she saved herself doing it.
So that's one that I'll probably have to agree, because it's it's probably more for Sandra Bullock. I don't think she should have won the Oscar, but it is one of those movies that I like movies that inspire us to do something, even if they're bullshit. On the Green Book, I don't.
On Green Book,
Green Book, I don't really got inspired for anything, because it's like a story that doesn't really give me anything that it inspired me.
It didn't inspire you to be a nice person.
No.
But the thing is, I'm a nice person. I don't need to be inspired for that. I cannot defend The Blind Side, so ends up there.
There you go.
Dan, what about you?
Okay, I hate this. It was tough. I had a tough time between two of them, because out of everything on the list that I've seen, there are only two movies that I adamantly disliked.
Okay.
I hate The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one. But I think,
that was on the list.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I think
that's our Christmas movie.
I might hate Justice League even more.
Justice League was on the list?
I despise
Justice League is on the list. Okay, if
movie.
Justice League is on the list, you won, because I don't know what's doing there. That's not a good movie.
Okay,
but The Grinch. But I'll defend The Grinch. The Grinch is
God.
it's like a Christmas movie that I always watch with my daughter, and it's mainly 99% because of Jim Carrey's performance, and is just outstanding. Like in that movie, there's a lot of things that you might dislike, but we really enjoy the way he takes that performance, and he makes everything else that's around him that's pretty much shit, and he makes it really funny because you're watching him. So that's how we defended the Grinch. But Justice League, I don't know what.
I'll give you Jim Carrey. I personally hated everything else in the movie.
I thought the movie was pretty creepy, actually.
I
thought it really creepy.
Grinch being in live action is just a no from me.
And I hate Christmas, so I think it's a
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
My God!
So I hate Christmas.
No wonder you like this movie.
Yeah, so that's why I see that movie and I think, God, that guy just feels like I do. So. But he has like really funny moments, and
this is like the people who idolize the dudes in Fight Club. That's what this reminded me of.
I can go with my pick. So I was fair to you on Unyolo. I picked a movie that was in your top 25. I didn't try to go over.
I don't think they're in order.
Oh, they're not in order? Oh, shit.
So okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But this is definitely more fair than the Grinch. This movie is actually pretty good, but I don't think it's great, and it's Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
So I actually think it's definitely. I actually rewatched it maybe like 1 or 2 months ago, and I actually think it's one of Tarantino's weakest films. I think in concept, it's something that really would work. But then I just started watching the film, and it doesn't have like that classic Tarantino dialogue that I love so much. In the first scene, it did with all the characters who are sitting around the dinner table at the diner, and Steve Buscemi's character goes off about how he doesn't like to tip waiters and waitresses, and so I thought that part was really good. But then the film just goes off on a kind of a action movie, a series of action movie cliches. Harvey Keitel is just he feels like every hard-nosed cop ever, even though he's not necessarily a cop, he's like the good guy in this film. He feels like so many characters I've seen before, and in that sense, he's given so much screen time, and I just really didn't like the character very much. I thought the flashbacks really slowed the film down, and they weren't very interesting, especially for Tim Roth's character. But overall, the film, it's good. I don't think it's bad, but it's far from Tarantino's best film.
You're going to be like surprised even more because I think Reservoir Dogs is probably the best movie of Tarantino. Because like I hate a little bit when people like try and make movies the exact same way because they did something before that people really liked, and I think everything that came out from Reservoir Dogs was really fresh, was completely different. And then we got a lot of movies of Tarantino just trying to get that lightning in the bottle once again. I think he did it with Inglourious Bastards, but many of his movies are just like things that he took from there. So I think it's really original if you look at it. The thing is, most people see Reservoir Dogs after they saw a lot of other Tarantino movies, and then when they go and see it, it just doesn't feel as original because people think, oh, I already saw this before. But that was his first movie, and for being his first movie, there's a lot of inspirations there, like you saying, oh, I saw all of this before. But if you go see Django is very inspired in old Western Italian spaghettis that he ripped off. There's like a lot of things that he takes from other movies. And my problem with my thing with Reservoir Dogs, I think it's one of the ones that he wasn't thinking, oh, I need to make this look a little bit more Tarantino. It needs to feel a little bit more Tarantino.
Hunter, you had Django in your top 10, correct?
Yeah,
okay, it's close to my top 10. But I'm gonna disagree with you on its ripping off of spaghetti westerns. I do think it does differentiate itself enough in terms of I do think Tarantino has his own style when it comes to his westerns. When you look at his use of music, his use of violence, his camera movements, especially like the zooms. I definitely think it's very different from stuff that specifically Leone has done.
All of them are amazing. Like Django is amazing. Like all his movies are fantastic. But if I had to pick one, I would put Reservoir Dogs just for the guts and originality that he had before having that name that everyone defends.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I think Reservoir Dogs is like not his best, but it's a great first feature and a great stepping stone. And like you say, it's Tarantino before he became like the institution that he is.
I do think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably his most self-indulgent film. I don't know if that's what you're getting at in that. Okay, so I definitely agree with you on that. So let's go over to Hunter's favorite films list.
All right, Unyolo, fire away.
Start with you.
There's about 3 or 4 add-on lists.
There's a couple ones, Hunter. I don't know what you were thinking on a couple of them.
There's a movie that it's not bad in any way, but I just need to bring up because a lot of people always put it like I'm a huge superhero movie fan, but there's a movie that I still don't understand why everyone is crazy about it. It's okay, especially if you look at the other ones in the series, but X-Men: Days of Future Past. I just do not get why it's not a bad movie in no way. But the thing is, like, everyone talks about it like it's Citizen Kane of superhero movies. It's like it's so good, and they did it like and the thing is, it's full of stuff that, especially if you're a comic book fan, that's like you just think, what the hell? Like the way they time travel was because Kitty Pryde could like get in someone's. What the hell was that all about? And the thing is, like, they always like this is the other thing. Like I was saying about Tarantino, let's bring all the good things. Like everything's about Mystique, everything's about Wolverine. It's like they don't have the guts to pick any new characters.
I know. I looked at my list for a second. I was like, they're gonna go after that one. I know they will. And I'll say I haven't seen it since it came out in like 2014. So I was 15 when I saw it. So a little impressionable, but I loved it at the time because the X-Men timeline is messed up. It is just messed up. And it's been bad since, but Days of Future Past kind of brings it all together. Prequels, sequels, what's going on. It brings it all together pretty well.
My pick is, again, in response to your what you said about Green Book being a quote-unquote Oscar bait movie. You have no right to say that when you have Lincoln in your top 10 films of all time. Are you kidding me?
I knew it.
Are you kidding me?
I knew
it. Lincoln is it's a bad movie. For so many, and you rewatched it recently, correct?
Literally, I think I watched it like
How can
Wednesday.
You keep it at 4.5 stars? How are you in the right state of mind when you watch Lincoln? Like, that's 4.5 out of 5 stars. Come on, man. That movie is so safe, so Oscar baity. Despite the performances by Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, Tommy Lee Jones, and Sally Field, the film is so bland. It's one of the most bland movies I've seen in my life. This direction, I'm really disappointed in Spielberg because honestly, the direction, it was reverse shot the entire time. I guess the lighting was fine, but I thought it was better in the Darkest Hour. Like they lit Darkest Hour literally the same exact way.
Yeah, I could say that.
Abraham Lincoln, he's a guy that I look up to, and how he could be made into such like a boring figure. I just thought that movie was it was bad.
I watched it here on Wednesday. Loved it even more. That's why I moved up to 5 stars. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. God. Daniel Day-Lewis, best performance I've ever seen in my life. No joke. There's no videos of Abraham Lincoln. There's barely audio, but he is Abraham Lincoln. There's no way to dispute that. I knew right when you said Oscar bait for me. I was like, he's going to go after Lincoln. I know it. Go ahead.
Spielberg doesn't know how to shoot bad, so that's the thing. Every shot you're gonna see, it's great, but sometimes what happens is like it becomes too technical, it becomes too pretty, and he forgets that he has to tell a story that you care about. Like everything on it is good, but as a movie in itself, I completely agree with you. It feels like you're watching something historical and not the movie that I really care about.
Agree. I felt like I could have read a history book and I would have gotten the same information that Lincoln gave me.
A perfect movie to show in a history class, and you don't have to make people read. Yeah, like this is Lincoln.
I was telling people, it's like I will be on the marketing campaign for this movie and send it out to every school in the nation. Every kid should see this movie. Yeah. Lincoln is the best biopic ever. If you want them to watch during nap time, fine. That's fine. But during history class, I don't know about that one. They're already sleeping in history class. I don't care. They got to still watch this movie.
Den, what do you think? What film did you pick out of the list?
first off, can I just say, back on Days of Future Past, I think First Class is the best X-Men movie. Minus
First Class
Logan.
Is great. It's great.
I love
Is better than Logan?
No, but I don't know. I go between those two.
Better.
Okay.
It's better.
Yeah, but I do like Days of Future Past. But the film I picked out of the ones on your list is Citizen Kane. That movie.
What?
Yeah, I know I'm gonna get grilled for this one. I know I'm gonna get grilled for this one, but
probably not.
I don't even dislike Citizen Kane. It's just, and I think it's purely because I was born now when this movie's so old, and so many movies have done similar concepts to Citizen Kane, but done it better, and more advanced. You know, I mean, like you watch things such as like Wolf of Wall Street or something, and it's like I see a lot of the inspiration in Citizen Kane, but Citizen Kane, I guess, just doesn't feel like it has the same choppy or not choppy. Snappy writing, I guess. And I don't know. I just didn't particularly care for the characters at all. Yeah. And this is just me personally. I just didn't really vibe with it much.
Now, you're not even coming at me. You're just coming at the whole film industry. Everybody's gonna come after you after this.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm kind of with you, so I'll defend you.
Whoa! I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm gonna stay neutral here.
It was one of my big blind spots, and I watched it the first time in October, and I was like, okay, there's no way this movie lives up to the hype of like the greatest movie ever made. And I was like, nope, this is probably the greatest movie ever made. It's up there. I was like,
do you think it's better than Casablanca?
Yes, I do like it more. I mean, they're both fantastic, so it's their hair splitting at that point. But I love Citizen Kane. I surprisingly loved it because I was like, I'm probably gonna be let down, but no.
My problem with it is exactly that tagline of the best movie ever made. That's my only problem with it. It's not the best movie ever made, period. It was it was probably the best movie ever made at the time. It was completely revolutionary, inspired so many movies after. But that's the thing. Then we get caught up on that. We get caught up on the history. We get caught up on the revolutionary that it did to cinema. But if we go and compare it now against other movies, if we say it's better, like let's say Wolf of Wall Street, if we say Citizen Kane is better than Wolf of Wall Street, if it's better than so many movies that came out just like in the last 10 years, we're just going to be saying that because of the whole community and the whole story. And we think that if we don't like Citizen Kane, people are going to be very upset with us. But the thing is, it's a great movie. It's very, very good. But it's not the best movie ever made, and that's my only problem.
All right, let's move on to the next favorite films. It's Den's favorite films. Hunter, we're going to give you a break for now. I can go first. So your list is pretty good, better than Hunter's. I mean, that wasn't a very high bar, but there was one film that I picked out, though, that I don't just not like, I hate. And it's because of the director/writer, Charlie Kaufman. It's Synecdoche, New York.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
I get it.
I think you're a good guy. And I feel bad because it's your second. It was second on your list, right?
Yep.
Okay. I did not get this movie at all. I saw it. So I created a film club in high school about two and a half years ago.
Yep.
And so somebody picked Synecdoche, New York, right? So I watch it. And then an hour through, I say to myself, why the am I still watching this? So I turned it off because I thought it was that bad. I hate Synecdoche, New York. I think it was pretentious. I think it was self-indulgent. I didn't really think it was saying much. I think that Charlie Kaufman is overall just very overrated. I'm Thinking of Ending Things I think is overrated as well, but I thought it was at least better than Synecdoche. I could get through I'm Thinking of Ending Things, even with the stupid janitor thing. Synecdoche, New York, I just couldn't get through. Despite Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance, I just found the film, again, pretentious. I didn't feel like it was saying that much. I felt like it was like, I don't like David Lynch either because I feel like he's just trying to be weird for the sake of being weird. And I felt the same with Synecdoche, New York.
So what I'm getting is that you like it. You like this movie quite a lot, right?
I love it.
Awesome.
So much.
Great. Glad we're on the same page.
There we go.
No, man, look, I get it. He's totally not for everybody. Like, Synecdoche is one of those movies that I love with every ounce of my being. But if somebody says, I hate this movie, I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's definitely not for everybody.
It's on my watch list. I do want to see it someday. I actually liked I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I quite liked it.
I love that movie. Man, I love it.
So okay. Mine is okay. I don't know if you're gonna like valiant. You're not gonna defend this movie as much as you're gonna defend Synecdoche. Your list is actually the hardest for me to find one because I had Fight Club on there, but I was like, okay, I've already talked about.
You already talked about Fight Club.
That's what I knew. I was like, okay, I'm not
gonna about Fight Club last time.
I was like, okay, I'm not gonna repeat myself. But I saw it. It's a movie I pretty much hate, and I hate most of the movies in this genre, which is the genre of Christmas movies. Is Elf.
Come on!
Big no on Elf.
No way.
I hate Christmas also.
No way.
You don't like Christmas also.
As a kid, it was The Grinch Stole Christmas, so sorry, Unyolo, let me do that. And Elf. I saw those, and that was like the first time in my life I thought as a kid. I was like, you know what? I actually hate some movies. I don't like every movie. These are the ones I hate.
Man,
that's so harsh.
You could call me just a miserable old man. You could call me that, but I really hate Elf. It's just so grating and annoying to me, and I'm gonna hate it when I have to watch it again years later with like kids or something like that. But
man, Look, the only reason Elf is on my list is just, and I'll admit it's pure nostalgia. I've been watching it since I was like 1. So I've watched it every year. So, and I don't know, I love it.
I have the same thing too. I have Christmas Vacation as my favorite movies ever.
Love that movie.
That's because
Christmas Vacation is overrated. I'll give you Christmas Vacation. I don't love.
I love
Elf.
It's amazing.
Elf is better than I
Christmas
think.
Vacation is so good.
Any day.
Best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, like Den. I've probably seen Christmas Vacation 40 times. I see it with rose-colored glasses because I watch it every year with my family, so maybe that's why. But Elf just couldn't do it, so I could see exactly why you'd love Elf too, because I love Christmas Vacation for about the same exact reason.
All right, Unyolo, let's get to you. What movie did you not like out of Death?
Okay, so this is a movie that I like. I don't love it, but I got very offended because it's the only one there of the Cornetto trilogy. So you have World's End, but you don't have Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead. And that in my world, I cannot understand because World's End is okay, but Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are just like perfect in every way.
Hot Fuzz is literally, it's in my top 3 films of all time. So I bet on Steelbook. I've seen it. I've probably seen it more than any other film in my life. It's a film that probably got me into movies. It's oh my god, that movie's so good. But I will agree with Unyolo. I do think World's End is good though.
And I think I need to rewatch Hot Fuzz because that was one of the first Edgar Wright movies I watched, and it's so stylistic, and it's so very much like the editing, especially. And I think that's what throws me off. That's my biggest issue with with Hot Fuzz rather. I love the script and I love all the performances, but the editing, I wasn't huge on at times.
I disagree.
But I gotta rewatch it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
The editing for me is one of the strongest points because there's even a video on YouTube that teaches how you should edit like storytelling with edit, and Hot Fuzz is the example they give because in every movie when they say, oh, this character moved town and you just see this random city, a helicopter shot and the car and this, if you see how Hot Fuzz does it with quick cuts, with him on the train and him with a plant. That's amazing. The editing on that movie, that's what makes Edgar Wright so unique, probably one of the most unique directors out there. So Hot Fuzz for me is
that is probably the single smartest thing I've ever heard in a CINEMAWARS episode. So good job on Unyolo. We've done this is our 4th. That's the single best thing I've heard. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I didn't even know it because I knew the editing was good, but I just didn't know. I couldn't give a reason why. Thank you. I will use your description whenever. But I'm not even
see that video on YouTube. It's really cool.
I'm not even a fan of fast editing. I just think fast editing can become an eyesore a lot of the time, and editors or films just they do it because it makes the film look more professional. But I love Edgar Wright's fast editing. I think it's masterful. Everyone in the comments below, please tell us, what do you think was the worst film out of each of our personal top films lists? So thank you guys for talking. Unyolo, where can everyone find you?
So we made in Instagram, Unyolo movie blogs, and we do a lot of stuff mainly there. We also have our website, unyolo.com, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And Hunter, where can everyone find you?
You can see me on Letterboxd, same on Hunter_Friesen. I just watched The Little Things literally right before this with Denzel Washington. It's okay, but I'll have my thoughts about more in depth about that soon.
What about 94.7? Your radio, your.
Oh yes, 94.5. We're on Mondays. Well, it's that thing. It's on Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. You can catch me. I'll have a review for Little Things there too. It's everywhere. Print, Letterboxd, radio. I'm all over.
You're a real Roger Ebert, aren't you?
Oh, I try to be.
Okay, Den, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Den_of_Geeks. I think that's my letterbox as well. Pretty much that's my username on everything.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, yes, again, this is in another episode of CINEMAWARS. We're going to have a lot more CINEMAWARS content coming your way very soon. I apologize for the lack of content recently. Again, I was moving in, so I've been a bit busy recently, but we're going to have a lot of content coming your way soon. If you haven't already, please like the video, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified on all our latest sim-related content. Ciao.